right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Stardom Bed'em Fantasy Football Podcast. A little unorthodox today. We got some Saturday football games. We got Sunday, obviously, a lot of action this weekend. So Dan and I are going to break down some of it. You're going to hear bits of him. You're going to hear bits of me. A lot of splicing and dicing just to make this work for you guys. Hang in there. We appreciate it. It's going to be a fun day. Dan, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to the college football playoff starting, I guess, tonight. And hopefully Alabama wins. That would be a good start to the weekend.
Judging by Dan's inflection, he bet on Alabama. Yep. And what else you got? Anything else going on with that game? Any props? You don't do props in college, right?
I don't know. I can hardly do props in NFL. So
good. Well, you're 2-0 though, right? You're 2-0 in the NFL.
I forgot to mention last episode. I actually did 2 props during the Dolphins game last week.
Oh, right on.
I did 1-1 though. I was 1-1. I took the kicker and then I took the which didn't win, and then I took Waller over like 26.5 yards, which got it at the end.
Yep. I'll tell you what, got it at the end is a good way to describe that game last night. I mean, what a freaking game! That was one of my favorite games of the year.
That's 2 Thursday nights. I just got bent over in the last quarter.
I did. Rams money line sounded wonderful, and honestly, half the game it looked wonderful, Dan. But that you've talked about it. I've talked about the parity in the NFL these days is phenomenal, and to see a team like the Seahawks struggle with Darnold, then come back, get it together, and just do those epic drives at the end. That was awesome. What a game!
I think there'll be a rule change that comes out of that as well. I don't know how you can fumble forward on a 2-point conversion.
It was interesting because I think the defender touched it. You can't physically fumble forward, but because the defender touched it, therefore the ball's in play.
The only time you can't is in the fourth quarter under 2 minutes, or maybe even in the second half. That's the only time.
There you go.
But that's what I'm saying. Like every other time you can, and 2-point conversions you can. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's that's nice. I like that. I love this. Is great. Thank you, Dan. I'm glad you're here.
Trust me. I was looking it up last night, and I actually typed it in, and the first AI prompt didn't do so well, and so I went a little bit deeper and actually saw like referenced in the rules, right? So we'll see what happens.
You got to provide it the
clown show,
the avenue to look through something. Otherwise, it's just going to give you bullshit.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust it.
The game of football was invented in the year. Yeah. It's like, no, just tell me.
Every time I try to use something other than ChatGPT, it's a disaster. So not that there's any free ads for ChatGPT, but God, it's night and day between some of these other ones. It's trash.
Talk about other people's podcasts. I'm a big fan of the data breakdown from JJ Zacharias. I don't even know it's Zacharias, and I don't know how his last name, but I love the guy. I actually met him in person at the football convention. He does a data dump every week. He said next week he's not doing it because he's going to be with his family. People are losing their minds. I feel bad for him. He's literally like, guys, I get 1 week a year with my families. Just leave me alone. People are like, we need that data dump. I don't know what AI tool he uses, but the data that he scrubs and brings to the table every week, I love it, dude. I love that breakdown. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And we got some fun stuff tonight. We're going to go over some things before Dan's out of here, some props and fun things before the end of the season. Last night was awesome, by the way. We've been talking about the game, but financially it was phenomenal for us. I think we hit every damn bet. Everything, even the ones I'm like, you know what, I like this bet, but I'm not going to do it. If you guys did it without me doing it, you won. Everything we talked about. I don't think anything missed.
I don't think so.
It was phenomenal
because Mavis came through for you.
Yes, he did. So Mavis hit it early. He got us a win. Charbonnet's reception was the first one of the game. That was over 2.5 yards, 3.5 yards. He hit right away. Davis comes out, they missed the field goal that should have won the game, forced us to go to overtime, which then got Blake Corum his reception. And then he subsequently dropped the biggest drop of the game, too.
Oh, yeah, they almost cost him the whole thing. I mean, they lost anyway, so
it did.
It was close.
So Mavis basically hit 2 for us, 2 wins in my mind. Because he missed that field goal to win the game, he gave us the opportunity to get the win in overtime with our props.
Going back to that drop, I guess it was called an interception, but later reviewed. I am a strong believer that anybody, whether it's a receiver, defender, anybody who celebrates because they say they caught it and they didn't, they should be suspended and immediately kicked out of the game. Going down and celebrating like that is the stupidest thing ever when you know you didn't catch it. And there's no way he didn't know that. He caught that.
It should have been delayed game.
Me fucking crazy.
You know what, dude? I love that. There should be a delay game in that.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. For the NBA, if guys hang on the rim, that's a penalty.
Oh,
That's a delay game.
yeah.
You can't do that.
So, I mean,
So
it's
it should be. I like that. If it's not a turnover and you do your big stupid photo shoot,
Right.
because I don't like it either. I still basketball still comes to mind every time they do that. Every time. And then for the listeners, I don't know how old you guys are, but if you're our generation, basketball is a classic tale.
That movie,
it
plays well even in this generation. So
it should have won an Oscar. I'm telling you, just beautifully acted, well written, epic. So
it says drinking on the podcast allowed because
all day. Yeah, of course.
So I don't know if YouTube says yes to that.
YouTube will say yes. All right, we'll block it if we have to. All right. Let's get through it, Dan. Let's go through some games before I lose you. Dan's going to be cutting out, like I said, college football tonight.
So I guess we just get into the first game tomorrow, right? Eagles Commanders. So this whole week, maybe you think differently about it. I kind of feel like it's one of those. These next couple of weeks are more like don't overthink it. Like teams that are motivated to be there, I feel are a little stronger, and then the teams that shouldn't be there, or that have no playoff hopes, maybe it's not as much. Now, I'll say that like the teams who've been eliminated for the last 8 weeks, right? Like your bottom feeders, probably no change there because motivation's been like whatever it is. So they're probably bringing the same. But like we'll get into it a little bit later. I got one big game where it doesn't make any sense to me, and I think that it's a home run bet too. So, but anyways, first, right? Yes. First game, Eagles, Commanders. Eagles are up to -7. I don't hate that line. I think the Eagles are going to come on strong at the end of the year. So I'm not taking
I think 10 points. I think they win this by 10 points. I agree with you. For the listeners, Dan is the numbers guy when it comes to this. And I'm biased, so do not listen to me about the Eagles ever. But I think the Eagles win this by 10 points. I really do. I feel very strong in that. The way they looked last week, mind you, they still had some problems, but I mean, we needed that. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The Eagles need a tune-up game. They got it out of the Raiders, and they're going to continue to do it.
I mean, there's an argument that they have another one here, right, with the Commanders. They
Commanders' defense might be worse than the Raiders.
Right.
I mean, Raiders are 32nd, but Commanders are damn near close to that, especially the last few weeks. They've been atrocious with the injuries. So they are really, really scraping at the bottom of the barrel. I'm not going to go through props. I'll go through props every game later on. I just want to keep you to go through what you got, and we'll go through that way.
Okay.
But I like you're not betting this game.
Not this one, no. The next one I am. Packers, Bears. So game opened at -1.5 there, right? For the Packers. It's now flipped to +1.5. I'll take the Packers all day. And I know
you go money line +105.
No, I'm actually I'm gonna just take it easy on the money line. After last night, if I would have just taken the Rams plus money or plus on the line, I would have won. But I didn't. I took the money line. So I'm just gonna take the Packers +105 or +1.5 and go from there. So
call it a day, be safe.
Yeah.
You know, it's not bad too, because they're +105 at -105. So you're getting a little edge there. Not much. I'll text you which book has it like that.
I see it. I'm looking at them right now.
Yep. So. Do that. Yep, definitely. Shop your lines, everybody. Look for your best price, please. It's that time of year. Yes. What's the next game? You want to go to the Bengals Dolphins?
I don't. But
we kind of have to talk about that because there's no more Tua.
We will.
Yeah.
Buccaneers Panthers is where I want to go. I think this will be a good game.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just living in week 4, but I'm really leaning the Bucs here. I think
they were embarrassed last week. I think they come back strong. I really feel that way.
Weirdly, they're getting healthier. I don't know if Baker's healthy, to be honest with you. He might be the most.
No, he hasn't been. I don't think he's been healthy in weeks.
Right. So, I mean, that's a problem. But I do think that the Buccaneers, like, it's time, right? And like they're much better. They're the best team in that division. I don't know if they're going to win the division, but
strange.
I like -3. I'll take that all day for them.
I like that a lot too. I think they were embarrassed last week. I think they're going to come out very strong. They're competitors. I know. You're not a big Baker guy. I love Baker. I love the hunger. I love the craziness that comes with it, man. He's a competitor. And it's funny. I hated him in the beginning. I really did. I thought he was a cocky.
Yeah, I don't agree.
I like that he puts his soul out there. He really,
But he's not.
I respect that.
He's not elite.
No, I never said he was.
I'm not saying you are.
But he puts that team on his back, and I love to see that.
A lot of the media loves to play into that. When he wins a couple of games and he plays like a dog, because that's what he does. It doesn't matter. He's bad, whatever. Like, you would think that he's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league, and he's not.
Well, he's one of the top 10 fantasy football quarterbacks in the league. He really is. And that's pretty consistent the last few years. He's 4,530 touchdowns almost, or 25 touchdowns a year.
So somebody told me that when Justin Fields plays, he's a top quarterback in the league. And so like a fantasy quarterback. So I'm supposed to believe that he's good. Like I'm talking about real life here. The first word in what you said was fantasy, and that's all this is about talking about.
All right. That's all I care about, though. These guys, it really comes down to it like that. Like, so it just, yeah, I'm not going to go down that road, but Justin Fields could win you games. If he was on the field, he's winning you games in the fantasy world. He's losing you games in the NFL world.
Right.
Just
Which
like,
if you lose
but
games in the NFL, you're not going to have a job. Baker's been good enough that he's probably,
where he's going to keep his job.
Do you think he's 500?
Over like 500 is win total?
Overall win total?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
No, he played for the Browns way too many years.
That's
he's under 500.
Yeah, I don't know if he is.
Way too many years.
Like Stafford is barely.
Right, because all those years with the goddamn Lions. I'm curious now.
Oh,
he's 57 and 55. My man, he's over 500. Nailed it.
He is younger than I thought. Like,
yeah,
it feels like he's been around forever, but it's probably just sometimes with these guys that are like big names in college, you just feel like.
Yes, he was so big in Oklahoma. You knew where he was the whole time he was there.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I'm with you. Actually, I always forget how young like Spencer Rattler is. Remember they used to talk a lot about Spencer Rattler coming through? He was a huge prospect coming up.
The other one is Tua. Like Tua's only 27, right? Going to be 27. Like he's still got plenty of time, right? So
we met him his freshman year in college. You know, Saban's like, hey, let me put in this kid. Nobody can say his name. You know, that was crazy. You look back, what a crazy move by Saban.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant, but it was crazy.
Yeah. Benching Jalen Milroe. Or no,
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. It's my guy, man. Yeah, it's Hurts. That's why we say Hurts is a winner. People are like, he didn't win that Alabama game. Like, but he did on paper.
Wow.
A win's a win.
Wasn't around. Yeah. So.
Oh, there it is. There's a little Packer hatred coming out of you or something. Yes.
So we can go right into Tua here. I got the next game though. After that is the one I want to talk about.
Tua's been benched. If you guys didn't hear this, Tua's officially been benched. What it comes down to is,
do we think he's?
McDaniels,
I get it in the sense that he's benched, but do we think he's really benched because they think that he's not the best option to win? I know McDaniels came out and said that, but like, it's got to be 100% because of the no reason to put him out there, get hurt. We want to try to trade him in the offseason.
Kill him. You might kill him.
Yeah,
if he gets hurt anymore.
Right, and then you want to be able to trade him, right? That's got to be
100%. They're going to eat a lot of money no matter what. They're going to have the largest dead cap in the history of the NFL. I think $100 million, $99 million. Everybody made a big deal out of Russell Wilson. This one's times 10. So it's going to be pretty impressive. I don't think they're going to be able to trade him, Dan, unless they eat $75 million. That's the only way.
I'll be honest with you. I'll take him here.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
Okay. I can, that would be a good fit. We talked about this before. We talked about Shadur. We've talked about Tua. I like them as fits. Who was the other one you suggested too? I like that guy a lot. You said, I can't remember. It was like, I can see that. That would work.
Wasn't
it? Was it Bryce Young, right? Not Bryce Young. Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess like that would be the other one, I guess. But if I had a choice between Tua and Kyler, I would take Tua 1,000 out of 1,000 times.
I agree with that. But you're playing you can see over the offensive line. So that's the first step. Well, that's a win for Tua right there. He couldn't when he had that hip injury, but everything else he can see over.
Right.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going to happen with the Dolphins if they're tanking or whatever, but what do you think of this game? If Bengals win by 7 or 8, what do you think of that? And
my first question is, why is Burrow playing? Like, he should be not playing.
You are preaching to the choir. We talked about this, and they finally benched Daniels, which was like, well, about goddamn time. They just shut down another guy for the Jets, was Garrett Wilson. So teams are starting to be smart. They're shutting down their elite players.
If you're not
elite, their main players.
If you're not running,
Wilson's elite.
Like the NFL is a business. That's what they always keep saying, right? If you're not running it like one, then what are you doing, right? I get it. I'm not saying that Joe Burrow is asking to be benched or anything like that, but like sometimes you just don't have an option. Like, we're paying you X amount of money. You're still getting paid, and just you're going to sit out. You're not playing.
I think the Browns probably, Paul Brown, like the family, the Browns, not the actual Browns. They're the owners of the Bengals. Pretty sure they would like him to play because I mean, he puts asses in seats. Are you going to go see who the hell was their backup that got hurt and all that? And like Josh Browning, you're going to go out and see Josh Browning? I'm not. I'm not paying money to see Browning play. Jake Browning. I don't even remember his first name. It was Jake Browning. I'm calling him the wrong goddamn first name. That's how long it's been. So that kind of stuff. You have Flacco there. You get Flacco back out there.
I'm not going to go watch Burrow play either whenever there's no playoff implications. Like,
he's exciting. He's a fun guy to watch.
I don't disagree with you.
He ignites that offense. Sure. I would go to see Burrow in a losing season. I really would, because I respect the game.
No, against two teams that don't matter? No way. You give me a Steelers Bengals game? Sure, I get it. Right?
Dude, I can go to any game, make a few props, and have the time of my life. All right. So I'd rather see better talent and make prop bets on that game. But that's what I'm doing in that game. I'm going to go see Burrow in person. I'm betting a couple prop bets and having time of my life. But I agree with you. They should bench his ass. I think it's a money game. They're going to get more, viewership rights with TVs. They're still going to keep them on, not prime games because of the record, but they'll still get media attention. Whereas Burrow's out, they're not going to be talking about the Bengals.
This was supposed to be the Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it got flexed as it should have.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Definitely did. So. Yeah, what a trash game. Yeah, so the Bengals, Dolphins, what do you don't have anything on this?
I do not. No, I got better things to do with my life.
Are you betting this?
No.
It's Bengals -4. I love the Bengals. I think that's a trap bet. To me, it screams trap.
What's the over/under?
It is 47.5.
Mm-hmm.
That might be fun.
No. I mean, who's going
to be throwing the ball in Miami? It's Quinn Ewers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Let's stay away from this. I'll come back to this in my own and try to break down, get you guys some props and make a shitty game fun. We can go for Bills-Browns next. Is there anything in that?
I like the Bills in this game, in this situation, everything.
It's a big spread, Dan.
Yeah, I know. 10.5. I should have done it earlier in the week when it was 10. I think Shador's fine against bad teams. We saw last week Shador's not that great against competent teams, right? So
yep.
I don't think that this week's any different, and I think the Bills, it's time. They had a good win last week, come back. I think that momentum comes through, and they piss pound Cleveland, to be honest with you. No pun intended there with the dog pound, but
nice. Good pull. That's a Brendan there. Yeah, that's good. So we can do, all right. I like the Bills. I don't know I think it's such a big spread. I'm not touching this though. I got a few props that we'll have fun with this, but
if it goes down to 10 again, I will probably take it.
Okay, there you go. I like that. What's the next game you want to go through?
So the next one I want to go through is that's the game I was talking about earlier, where Chargers are +2. I don't really understand
2.5.
that.
I got about 2.5.
You can get 2.5. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's a trap game. There's no question.
But there's what's the trap?
I think maybe me is the trap because I overestimate the Chargers. I keep saying they're better than what they are. I really feel that. I like the Chargers team. I'm very excited about them. I think they're a better team than the Cowboys. Why are the Cowboys favored?
Yeah,
I understand they're playing
Cowboys
in Dallas.
Win last week. Maybe I understand it.
Right.
I mean, you think George Pickens? I mean, he hasn't been seen in 2-3 weeks. You think all of a sudden he's going to come out for a meaningless game and go 100%?
That's always been my thing with Pickens. Him and Jameson Williams, I love both of them as talents. They're just head cases. And he's completely checked out. Or he's trying to get a payday, man.
Sure, trying to protect himself.
So he could,
yeah,
he very much.
I mean, he's going to be franchise tag there. So I mean, I don't know. He's not going anywhere. So I don't know if why he thinks he's going to get an extension, unless he's just going to be drama all off season.
He will be drama all off season. That's what he does. CeeDee Lamb, by the way, he was questionable. He's as healthy today. Javonte Williams healthy today. Is there anything fun we want to talk about Javonte Williams here, Dan? Is anything special on the line?
Oh yeah. So a couple of little things, right? Yeah. So
let's go through.
Last week he cashed $250K with his 12th touchdown. This week he cashes another $250K if he just gets 9 more scrimmage yards. So I'm assuming scrimmage yards means receiving or rushing, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Rushing, receiving yards. Yep. I think this is a lock of the year. I got to look at his over-unders, but he's going to be playing hungry to get that money. Not a big number, but it's nice to know that. We've brought these up a little bit. And then the Chargers, somebody on the Chargers, Dan, you want to get into that one?
Chargers are who is it? Keenan. Yeah, there we go.
Mhm.
So Keenan needs 3 receptions, which is probably doable, right? That's $250K.
Yeah.
And then 70 yards receiving also gets him $250K, and then 2 more touchdowns this year gets him another $250K. I don't know for some of these guys who have maybe been around for a while
Mhm.
how motivating that is.
Oh, I think it's very motivating. His is his twilight years, man. He's trying to cash in as much as he can get right now. I'm almost positive. These guys, some of them, they go out and they have a good time when they're younger. Then they get married, they settle in, they're in their 30s, they're ready to retire. Now they're packing away as much as they can. They're going for those contracts, going for the wins. Keenan Allen, his over-under, by the way, everybody, 36.5 yards. That's it. I'm slamming the shit out of that. So how much does he need? 70 yards?
He needs 70 yards, yeah, receiving yards.
I might even look at an alternate line and go Keenan Allen over 50 yards. I mean, that would be a reasonable bet to me versus absolutely abysmal Dallas defense versus the pass game. I'm extremely confused. They got Ladd McConkey over 43.5. Now I need to see what the hell they have Herbert throwing. It's got to be pretty low. 250, I mean. Yeah.
Question for you. If your boss came up to you and was like, Brendan, I'm about to give you a raise. And you're like, oh, this is great. I'm going to give you 0.5% of your career earnings. Would you be excited?
Yeah. Be thrilled.
0.5%?
Yeah.
Of you? Oh, wow.
My career earnings? Dan, I've been working since I'm 14 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
How many? Okay, well, maybe this is wrong. Maybe I framed it wrong. How much do you think Keenan Allen made in his career?
I would go $70 million.
Where do you want me?
$70 million.
I'm going to send you a link. You want me to send it in
Sport Track? Go to Sport Track. It shows
I'm going to
career
send you
earnings
a
and all
link.
that.
I'm going to want you to open it because I want to get your reaction.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Everybody's going to enjoy this video.
So I'm going to put it in the chat right now. You copy it over and get that in there. I want to see your reaction when you see this.
Yeah, I'm a little off. His career earnings, $136 million. My 70 was a lot closer. He's been doing it for a long time. He really has. So he's making this year.
I will say that
$8.5 million.
I don't think $750K means much to him.
Okay, I do. I'm going to go with the old. I'm going to go with the old man, man.
I'm not saying he's not going to
go with the old
man. Those aren't huge numbers. He's got 3 weeks to do it, so he's clearly going to get there, at least for 2 out of the 3. But he's not.
He's not going to get it this game.
You take someone like
I think he gets over 50 yards this game.
You take someone like Juwan Jennings, who's 29, about to be 29, 28. He's made 21 million, right? So a little more.
He's been a background guy,
correct.
You know.
So
I like Keenan Allen over 50 yards receiving this game. I'm going to look at the alternate line, see what it looks like. It's going to be a lot of editing today, Dan. I'm stuttering.
Don't edit out your
reaction face and how dumb I sounded with 70 million.
Thought he was going to make.
Yeah.
How much do you think Diggs made?
Oh, Diggs made 170, 160.
Oh, now you got some range. Yeah, 155.
Well, I know what he made his last paycheck, his last major contract. What was it? 160, right?
155. Yeah, 155.
Yeah, because he got like $80 million contract or something.
Oh, he did sign. Well, he signed with for
the Patriots. Massive. Yeah,
it was 42 million. It looks like
42.
Yeah. Then they have an out after this season.
Yeah,
they don't want to pay him. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think that some of these guys that have made this hundreds of millions of dollars, these bonuses don't mean as much to them. But Keenan Allen will get 2 out of 3 of those. He may get all 3 of them, but definitely the first 2.
Yeah. Also, you never told me what my boss would have to make me do for that quarter point.
No, I said he was just going to give you. I just said he was just going to give you. He was like, that was going to be your raise. You're going to get half of 1% of your career earnings.
All right. I'll take whatever I can get. You know, I tell my wife that every night. I'll edit that. I always think that joke's funny.
So, all right, next game. Let's talk about, there was a good one coming up. Jacksonville and the Broncos. Interesting. The linesman started off at 3. Now today, I just noticed it starts going up to 3.5. So money's starting to come in on the Broncos. I understand why. I don't really know what to expect in this game. Like, I kind of lean Jacksonville with that hook because I think 3 points is probably in that range. But
Mhm.
I don't know. What do you think?
Both hot hands. This is
Mhm,
a hell of a game. This is
mhm.
the matchup of the week in my mind. It really is
You think
because
so?
both teams coming in. Yeah,
I
I
think
really think
Bucks
so.
I think Bucks Panthers will be good. I think the Sunday night game is gonna be great.
This is the one, in my opinion, with the highest implications, though. Like, I really feel
Yep.
that way. This is a major, major deciding game for this playoffs here,
Yeah,
like the
because I
whole
guess if
seeding.
if Broncos lose, right, then the
Yep.
the Chargers,
Jacksonville.
assuming they win, that they're that much closer. Jacksonville becomes
Mhm.
that much closer. Uh, yeah, I mean, you're
There's
right.
a lot at stake. A
Yes,
lot at stake this game. So
you're
I
right.
think this is going to be, in that sense, game of the week. Most exciting game? No, it's probably not the most exciting game. I think what's going to be fun to watch are some of these quarterbacks getting their ass kicked, these backups in. I really am curious to see what happens with this. I want to see what Phillip Rivers does again versus the Niners. That's going to be an exciting game. Obviously, you always end up in a high scoring affair with the Vikings Giants. I don't know why, but it always feels like they end up in a shootout the last few years. Do you agree with me or am I crazy? Every time they see
Uh,
each other, feels like a battle.
I don't know. I don't 2 teams I could care less about because at this point of the season, they're not anybody, right? So I do have some interest in the Vikings game this week, though,
Yeah.
because I do need them to lose one more, and they have a decent they have a the schedule's okay enough that maybe they could potentially win out, which would suck.
All right, folks, this is that break-off session. I promised you we're just going to hit it hard. I'm going to go through these quickly. We got a game on the horizon in about 45 minutes. I hope you get your picks in before that. Commanders, Eagles. I like Bill. Bill over one catch. That's all I need. I need Bill to get one catch at plus 225. This screams value. We've seen Krosky come out of the backfield, catch pretty well. He's decent hands, but in this situation, in this game, Commanders they're probably going to be playing from behind, and I can see them trying to do anything to get um, just rolling in general, get Mariota something going. So I also like John Bates, the backup tight end. Obviously, Zach Ertz out. I like Bensonot. I just don't like how much they use him. They don't use him enough. So Bates is on the field a lot, over 1.5 catches, and that's at plus money as well. That's a good bet for me. I don't love it, but it's a good bet. Tank Bigsby is another one that has implications that the Eagles are going to be leading. I like Tank Bigsby over 3.5 catches. I can see him subbing in and out of Barkley, just ground and pound, baby. And then finally, I like Moody over 5.5 kicking points at minus 122. We know that the Commanders' offense seems to stutter in the red zone. They have all season, and I continue to see that happening versus Eagles' defense that's finally been clicking a little bit, and they needed that big game versus the Raiders too. Bears, Packers. It's today. Caleb Williams, baby. We got some long season props on him. I'm hoping they come through, but this is one for today. I like Caleb Williams over 225.5 rushing and passing yards. The versus Packers defense is pretty good, but I still think Williams will need to sling it to stay in there. Romeo Dobbs, the Packer wide receiver. I like over 3.5 catches at plus 178. I'm not thrilled with this. Christian Watson is back today, so keep a close radar on that. But I like this bet. It makes sense, and there's so much value screaming out of that. Dobbs is a possession receiver. Love looks for him in the middle of the field, and as this game progresses, you're going to need some of those big catches for first downs. Kyle Monangai, the kid out of the backfield, he's been playing very well for us. If you have him on your fantasy teams, stepping up here and there, playing very well. That running game in general for the Bears has really played phenomenal lately. But Kyle Monangai over 3.5 receiving yards. That's it. So we just need Monangai pretty much to get one catch and we're good to go. And he still is about 50% on the field on and off with Swift. They are back and forth on the field. So Bills, Browns, Josh Allen. I'm betting over an interception. I think he throws an interception. So over a half interception, which just basically means I'm betting that he's going to throw a pick. And that's at plus money. That's why I'm doing this. So plus 128. The Browns defense, I don't care how bad the Browns are. The Browns defense is very good. And they were going to be pressuring Allen. Allen might do something stupid. In addition to that, Allen's receivers have not been running to the correct locations. There's obviously some miscues. That whole wide receiver core is a mess right now. So I like not Allen just being dumb with the ball, but I bet more so on the inability of the wide receivers in Buffalo. We're going to go Shadur Sanders. All right. This is just a fun one to watch. Over 30.5 attempts. I mean, he's got to sling it to stay in this one too. Kind of the same mindset with Williams. So Sanders over 30.5 attempts. I like that. I think he does. I think he throws 35 attempts in this game. I also like Quinshon Judkins. He didn't win for us last week. He missed by one catch. but Judkins over 78.5 yards rushing and receiving at minus 114. As good as the Browns have been versus the pass, they're middle of the pack versus the run. So I do like Judkins just doing the best he can to make something happen there for the Browns. Chargers, Cowboys. This should be a fun game. On paper, this should be a goddamn shootout, and I'm hoping it becomes one. We're going Chargers. Keenan Allen, we talked about that in the previous part of this episode. He's playing for some money. Dan doesn't think it matters to him. I think every dollar counts. So I'm going to go Keenan Allen over 34.5 yards receiving at minus 136. If you could look for alternate lines, I would go and feel comfortable enough to go over 50 yards if it's plus money. It's probably going to be plus 270 at that point, just doing math off the top of my head. Javonte Williams over 8.5 yards receiving. This Chargers defense good, but Williams is going to get out of the backfield. He's very active. And Jerry Jones just recently came out and said, hey, we're going to sign him longer. So we'll see if they do that. Luke Shoemaker, he's just quietly 1-2 catches a game here and there. He's been overall, like I said, pretty quiet. Ferguson's been playing good enough to keep him off the field. But lately, Dak has been getting better protection because Shoemaker's been rotating in more. Ferguson's been subbing out more. So Shoemaker, I think over a 1 catch, that's all we need. At minus 108, that makes sense because of the amount of time he's on the field, and he gets targeted about 2 times a game. Justin Herbert, over 234.5 yards passing at minus 115. This is the same Dallas defense that gives everybody up yards. And you're playing CeeDee Lamb's healthy, George Pickens. So I envision this. I hope this is a shootout. I really do. So this could be the most fun game of the week, in my opinion, is Chargers-Cowboys game. Jets-Saints. I did a lot of action on this. This is a shitty game nobody wants to watch, but I'm going to make it fun for you. By the way, all these bets, I'm not making all of them. These are just what I would do if I were forced to pick with these games. The ones I say I like a lot, those I am betting. So, and you can always follow me as well. Breece Hall, over 82.5 rushing and receiving yards. Saints are 26 against the NFL and against the rush in the NFL so far. So, he's a formidable receiver out of the backfield. He's good for about 20 there. And then you're telling me he can't get 65 on the ground versus Saints defense? I really feel that's a lock. Nick Folk, over 6.5 kicking points at plus 113. I like that bet. Nick Folk hits that a couple times for us. Adonai Mitchell, another Jet. I know I'm heavy on the Jets. Adonai Mitchell, over 3.5 receptions at plus 102. He's one of the most targeted players in the NFL the last 5-6 weeks since he's gone there. That has been a major piece of their offense. Whether or not he catches it, we'll see, but he's going to get 8 or 9 targets this game. Evan Hull or Audric Estime also, I would look for bets on those. Whatever one you think will do better for you, I would bet they're over. This Jets defense is not good versus the rush. So rushing yards, I think Hull was at 44 yards. Estime was like 39, 38. Both of those, I don't mind either of those. Bucks Panthers, Jatavian Sanders, all right? He has not done well this season. I know a lot of people had some hope for him. He's a great receiver. You think he would be. He's dropped a lot of balls, but I like him this game. Jatavian Sanders versus that Bucks Panthers in that Bucks Panthers match. Over 2.5 receptions at plus 190. I mean, look, so the Bucks defense has gotten much better. The Panthers, the Bucks defense got much better versus position since like week 7. They got destroyed. But I still think Tavian Sanders gets over 2.5 catches, and that value screams bet me. And then ironically, Cade Otton is the other guy I like this game. So 24.5 receiving yards at plus 112. The value is just yelling bet me. So a lot of guys, if you watch that Panthers defense, has played better than expected. But you do see a lot of tight ends just getting open and nobody around them. So specifically the last 3 weeks, 18 catches off 25 targets to the tight ends. So you're telling me Cade Otton, we've seen him go off. It can't get me 25 yards. I feel very strong in that, and plus 112 is wonderful. The only deterrent in this one, I'm going to make sure that you guys know the caveat. We got Mike Evans is back. Wait a minute, is he hurt? He might be. Got to look into that. But when Evans is playing and Godwin's playing and kind of that trio, one of them kind of gets weaned out. It usually happens to be Otton. So, and obviously Bucky Irwin's back. Giants, Vikings. This is the only one I like over 43.5. I'm going to bet the over on this game. These guys tend to have shootouts, and the defenses are not great. I mean, this is going to be a fun game. Flores likes blitz. We know that. So on the full season against the Vikings, the quarterbacks have only rushed for 230 total rushing yards. That's it, all season. Well, I think Dart gets over 30, 40 yards on the ground this game. Jackson Dart over 230.5 passing and rushing yards. To me, I love that bet. There's so value in that. Tyrone Tracy, the Vikings defense is really bad versus the rush. So Tyrone Tracy over 67.5 yards rushing and receiving. Another one. Boom goes the dynamite. And then finally, if you really want to sprinkle in some, I realize I'm a little heavy with the Giants. If you want to sprinkle in some Vikings, I don't mind this one. Jordan Mason over a half reception at plus 175. Aaron Jones, better running back, better receiving back this season, but he's kind of hurting on and off. He's questionable every game. Jordan Mason's going to be on the field. So good opportunity there. Kansas City and Tennessee. This is going to be funky. I really like this bet, though. Cam Ward over 19.5 completions at plus 115. They're going to let this kid chuck it around. You got to. The season's progressing. They need to see what he's got, and they need to make sure that he is their guy. He had like 25 completions a couple weeks this season already. He's going over 20, I think 7 games or 8 games. So I like that bet. 19.5 completions. Just see him throw 20 completions at plus 115 versus Kansas City defense. That's not great. Gardner Minshew over 2.5 rushes at minus 105. Minshew magic, baby. You know I love this guy. I'm so excited he's on the field. he's hot garbage, and I love every second of it. So I'm hoping we get some crazy reactions and some sound bites that will make us laugh later on. Cincy, Miami, all right. Quentin Ewers, over 28.5 pass attempts. Cincinnati, their defense gotten better. I've said that a few weeks now, but they lost last week. There are more injuries. We'll see what happens. Quentin Ewers, over 28.5 pass attempts to me. I like that bet because he's going to have to McDaniels literally came out and said, we got to see what we got behind Tua. You can't see what you got with a game manager. Let the kid fling it. Let's see what happens. Samaje Perine, I like him 41.5 yards rushing and receiving. Miami is 27th versus the rush. They allow on average 132.5 yards a game. Samaje Perine, we know he's their third down back. We know he can catch really well too, but over 41.5 yards for a hot hand at minus 115. I like that. Quentin Ewers, over 5.5 rushing yards. First real start in the NFL. This kid's going to take off if he has to. If he sees anything and he's scared, he's going to take off. And then finally, going against that Cincinnati defense, which is 32nd against the rush, you got to go with Jalen Wright. He's been playing well. McDaniel saying he wants to see more of what's behind Tua. I'm sure they want to see what they have with Jalen Wright too. Ollie Gordon, the rookie, he's probably going to get some reps too. But Jalen Wright over 12.5 rushing yards versus the 32nd ranked defense versus the rush. Wright can get that on one run. I mean, he's good for 15, 16 if he gets a little gap. Very fast. Jacksonville, Denver. Travis Etienne. I think Trevor Lawrence, we've seen it time and again, versus really good defenses, he tends to target his tight ends. He tends to target the running backs. Travis Etienne's no exception to that. He's got great hands coming out of the backfield. So Etienne over 12.5 receiving yards. I like that bet. Evan Ingram over 3.5 receptions. And Jacksonville has been abysmal versus versus tight ends this year. So Evan Ingram over 3.5 catches. I don't hate that. I don't love it though. Don't because he's burned me. It's another one I don't love, but I see value in. Marvin Mims over 23.5 rushing and receiving yards. I can see him getting probably 25 receiving yards alone. So the rushing is just a little added bonus. Atlanta versus Arizona. All right, this game is not fun. I have Michael Carter over 11.5 rush attempts, and I also love Drake London, my boy's back. I'm hammering him at over 67.5 yards receiving at minus 112. If you can get it under 70, anytime that he's under 75 yards and it's an over-under, I've bet it is pretty consistent hit. So we'll see if the same thing goes for that Arizona defense. I think it will. Las Vegas and Houston. Woody Marks, former wide receiver, converted to running back, over 6.5 yards receiving. Yeah. Daniel Carlson for the shitty Raiders team, over 4.5 kicking points at minus 105. Yeah, that's value. That's a value bet. I actually like that bet too. So that Houston defense is so good. Raiders are going to get close to the 30-yard line. They'll probably stall out every time on 35, 40-yard line. They probably will go for it a lot for fourth downs, but I can see them taking points when they can early on. Pittsburgh, Detroit, Rodgers over 1.5 passing touchdowns at plus 105. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I love this bet. Isaac Tesla, he's really sputtered out. A lot of offseason hype. People were excited to see what he could do. Over 1.5 receptions at plus 188 screams value. it doesn't scream lock, but it screams value. So if you're looking for some bets in this game, that's a good one. Then finally, this is just a vindictive bet. I can't stand Campbell when it comes to kicking and decisions in football games. So I'm betting Bates, the kicker, under 1.5 field goals at plus 115, just because it's plus money. And damn you, Campbell. He screwed me over with Bates a few times. So I will bet under today. New England, Baltimore, Stephon Diggs playing for some money. All right, he has on the line consistently. He basically has to get 67 or 70 yards for the next few weeks. Otherwise, he's not going to get his bonuses. So I like that. I think Stephon Diggs over 39.5 yards receiving. I like that bet. Travion Henderson. I'm only betting this because of Florio. Our fantasy team is contingent upon Henderson going off, and Florio's so confident. So we'll follow our boy Florio. Travion Henderson over 69.5 rushing and receiving. Yards combined for at minus 106. And then finally, Hunter Henry in this game, over 3.5 receptions at minus 115. 4 receptions for the rest of this year. Get him the activated roster incentive bonus. So look for Hunter Henry to get that 4 catch today. Drake London's got a great, I'm not Drake London. Drake May's got a great connection with him. Isaiah Likely I also sprinkled in this game too. So if you want to bet some Baltimore action outside of Diggs, you can always go with Isaiah Likely over 2.5 catches at plus 112. Lamar loves his tight ends. We know that. And when he plays good defense, and New England's played very well, he will find Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. Whether or not they're going to catch it, that's on them. San Fran, Indianapolis, I'll probably put some more on my X, but I do like Pittman over 29.5 yards receiving. Philip Rivers, seasoned veteran, he'll look for the big boy. He'll just throw it up to the big guy, and Pittman can go up and get it. He's a big physical receiver. He's still the captain of that team. He still runs that offense verbally. So Jonathan Taylor, under 122.5 rushing and receiving yards. When I ask you who the Indianapolis offense is, people immediately say Jonathan Taylor. So guess who else knows that? Every NFL defensive coordinator, and makes no exception for Robert Saleh, whatever, the guy that got fired from the Jets. He's phenomenal defensive coordinator. And I think he's going to basically game plan to shut down Jonathan Taylor. And that's it, folks. I'm going to put this in the middle of our other episode. I hope you get these picks in before the game kicks off in about 20 minutes. All right. Thank you, everybody.
I hope not for you. Any other action you got, like major games?
Yeah. Patriots, Ravens. So this game is -2 now. I kind of lean the Ravens here. I think I'm going to go Ravens.
Okay. I don't know where you got the -2. I'm still with 3 when I'm looking at here on
maybe
what I see
earlier in the week.
but
I might not have updated that one before the show.
that's okay. Still, the Ravens are -3 right now, I think. So,
Still would
but
take
you
a
still like them
Ravens.
at -3? You're still in?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. -3 at -105. So it probably did go up. I do like the Ravens still in this spot.
Cool. And it's a bigger, a better vig for us, -105. Right on. All right. Okay. What else do you see here? Any over-unders? Any games going to go off the...
No, I don't see anything for that. My last game, I'm going to keep riding a high hand too, is the Monday night game. Love the 49ers. -5.5 against Old Man Rivers. Give that to me all day.
No Monday Night Miracles with Philip Rivers?
No.
Okay. You're your first, folks. I think this is going to be a fun game to watch as well. And
I don't know if it's going to be fun. You think
I think it will.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think so. I really do. There's a lot of contingencies with this game. I need to see if like Ricky Pearsall's fully healthy. He's definitely become one of Brock's go-to guys. We talked about Jawan Jennings. He's got some things at stake. What does he have going on? What's Jawan Jennings? What's he playing for? He
gets $1.3 million if he gets 16 more catches in the next 3 weeks. That's going to be tough, probably.
It's a big ask.
But I do think he gets $666,666 if that happens. Very strange. He also gets $666,666 if he gets 105 more yards receiving. So I think that one's more attainable. And I think he'll get close enough to get him. And again, I know we had this conversation, I think last episode, like they get close enough, the owners usually end up paying, from what I've heard.
No, that's correct. You're right on that one. So this one, though, I think he needs to get a little bit closer. And I think let's look at his props. They're probably shitty. They've been favoring him in a lot of props lately. And I I don't like it. Don't like the what I've seen from Juwan Jennings the last few weeks in terms of what they put up there. That's why we don't bet him that often. Juwan Jennings over 4.5 catches at -125. I don't like that. It's too high. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pay a vig for he needs 5 catches versus Colts team. They got a great defense. They really do. Sauce Gardner is out. He's gone for the season.
Yeah, I think he's done
right?
for the year.
Yeah,
right?
he's gone. And then and then they got a few other guys. They're a little banged up in the secondary. So maybe they're anticipating that. There's nothing on there for Pearsall. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's really contingent upon him playing. That's going to be a major impact. Yeah, I like this game too. I think it's going to be fun to watch. Only because I have a lot of fantasy football players in here. I know it's not real, but let's go fantasy, Dan. Yes. Playoffs, baby. I'm in playoffs in a couple leagues. So I got CMC on 2 of them. One of them is with Florio, actually. We are in the semifinals, Mike Florio and I right now. So fingers crossed.
Get that money for the new house.
Yeah, right. There's no money. I win another trip to Canton, Ohio for their convention, which that'll be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'm encouraging everybody to go to the fantasy football convention if you can. It's hosted beautifully and the guys are great. You meet a lot of people. You can meet Dan and I. You know, that might be a deterrent, but that's there. Yes. Yeah, man, it should be a good time. What else you got? Anything else here?
No, that'd be it. That's all I got.
All right. All right, enjoy your game. All right. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yo, my raps volted, hear my memory banks and never be released. Box cut inside the apple, you're in for a treat. Paper cuts in a vicious way, running back, dead, give away the hand off the seat.